Okay, I have to do this fucking stupid bullshit for this goddamn ass blog, apparently. So, let's do something more interesting than 50 Shades of Grey, because I'm pretty sure that is the most disgusting piece of filth I've ever read, and I don't really want to read it at all. So let's get some Solkat on this bitch. It's more useful than 50 Shades of Grey, in my opinion. Just saying. More descriptive, too. For something that's a piece of shit. Okay. Solak smirked down at the writhing body below him. His mate Sprit was sprawled out on the floor, his hands tied to the leg of the desk, and his legs splayed. Splayed? What the fuck does splayed mean? Fucking Google. Splayed definition. Thrust or spread? Why don't you just say thrust or spread apart? Why don't you just say spread apart? What? That doesn't make sense. Okay, you know what? Back to the thing. His hands tied to the leg of the desk, and his legs splayed wide open. What? But it says wide open. What the? Use your fucking vocabulary right! A whine escaped his lips, though he would deny it later to save his pride. Solix loved his darling mate Sprit more than anything, but his dual personalities liked to mix up from time to time. He often switched between viewing him as a mate Sprit and a Kismesis. The other didn't seem to mind, as he always had this obsession with keeping a lover to himself and filling their quadrants. All of them. I'm not sure if that's really true or not. Fuck. Even as he glared up at red and blue eyes, deep down he enjoyed being teased and driven to near madness. Red flushed his body visibly below gray skin. Ugh. His bulge, completely unsheathed now, curled in on itself in an attempt to create some sort of friction. His mouth hung slightly open as quiet noises slipped out of him. Quiet. That's the word. Solix leaned over him, placing a hand on either side of his head, and grinned down at the boy. I'm not a fucking boy. What's wrong, KK? You look uncomfortable, he teased, acting as though he was concerned for the smaller troll. Karkat growled up at him, though it was rather weak-sounding. Your fucking tease. What? Me? He chuckled. Maybe if you ask nicely, I'll give you what you want. Fuck you. Don't you mean fuck me? Solix laughed when Karkat groaned, sounding rather pathetic and desperate to be touched. Well, no fucking duh. Goddamn fucking teases, obviously. That doesn't... It's not even that descriptive. Maybe 50 Shades of Grey would have been better, but then again, who wants to read about a mother hamster devouring its young? Or licking up mayonnaise from Treasure Coast. Oh god, so disgusting myself. Back to this, I guess. Careful of his claws, he stroked one finger down the length of Karkat's bulge, dragging a moon out of him. He quickly retreated again when the tendrils tried to tangle around his fingers. Dual-lated red material dripped from Karkat's bulge and nug, and onto the previous clean floor. I guess there's a fucking mess you're gonna have to clean up. Feeling rather impatient, Karkat decided to take matters into his own hands. Way to go, Karkat. Well, not literally, well, fucking duh, they're tied to the fucking desk, as they were still tied above his... Yeah, I just said that. His legs, however, were not tied down. Oh, well, fuck, okay? He put on a face that would make him look needy and pathetic to catch his mate Sprit's attention. You devious acting bastard! Oh my god! Way to go, Karkat! Fucking hell. You guys make me sound so much more intelligent than I actually am. That makes me proud of you all. Somewhat. I'm also pissed that you would make me much better than I actually am, because, you know, that kind of makes me inadequate in a lot of people's eyes. But enough with that fucking ranting. We gotta get back to the fucking pace. If you're not going to touch me, can you at least give me a kiss? He asked, keeping a frustrated tone to his voice. Oh, I'm supposed to make that very frustrated. Well, fuck it. Smirking, Solix leaned over him and pressed their mouths together instantly, tangling his split tongue with the other. That was a very confusing sentence. Fucking English, please. While he was distracted by the other tongue-licking patterns across the roof of his mouth, another confusing sentence, Karkat bent his knee and maneuvered his leg until it was between Solix's. He then raised his leg, pressing his thigh against the two bulges and his nook. Solix moaned into the kiss as Karkat continued to grind his soft thigh against the other boy. Why do you keep saying we're boys? We're fucking trolls. Not to mention we're fucking not that young. We're teenagers. That's a better fucking use of the fucking... Oh my god. If he was a boy and I was just... If he was a little boy and I was a little boy and we're fucking... That's kind of wrong, don't you think? Too fucking young for the Imperial drones here. Seriously, people have no goddamn fucking common sense. Back to the thing. It appeared his plan was successful, as both of Solix's bulges tangled around Karkat's single one. Well, are they fucking naked already? Well, obviously I'm going to be naked, but was Solix naked in the first? You never explained this. This is so fucking confusing. It appeared his plan was successful, as both of Solix's bulges tangled around Karkat's single one, making him buck his hips. His thigh ceased its movements as he instead began to grind his hips up against Solix. He lowered his bottom half to press their bulges closer together, as his tongue continued to explore.
Yeah.
Go away! Now I mean it.
But I need to ask you something.
What?
Can you give me a band-aid?
Why? Are you bleeding everywhere?
No,
Okay, I'll get you a band-aid in a minute. Just keep it away from objects and don't get infected. Ew! Get it away from me! Ew! Stop! Stop touching me with your fucking bloody ass hand! Go away, please. You sound like a little girl. Go away. Stop touching me! Stop hugging! I said stop touching me, and you hugged me. What sense does that make? Go away. I'm in the middle of reading. Shut my door again, because you don't need to hear it. Go away.
I'll do it if you give me the drum.
Alright, get something and draw with it.
All of this. It's a good thing I don't need all of it.
Hurry up!
Jake?
Alright, take it and leave.
Sis,
Shut the door.
wait. As you can keep the mark piece, I just want the pink. And I know what you're thinking.
How does that make any sense?
Well,
Oh, you can keep the marker case, but I want the pink thing. The pink thing is the marker case.
Sorry. Some of that, but I got...
You're the most annoying, infuriating piece of shit in my fucking life. Go away. You know what? I'm taking matters in my own hands.
Hey! No, I'm calling Mom because you shut the door.
Where was I? Oh my god. You know what? Close enough. You know what? Yeah. You know what? Just